What up, Steph? What's going on, everybody? One in the chat if y'all can hear me. Anyway, welcome to the work riff. I am Canon Hotep. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys joining me. Headed to Aberdeen, Maryland. Drop off a dumpster. So I got about a 30 to 40-minute ride. Happy you guys could join me. It's definitely getting colder and cold out here, though. I'll tell you that much. If you missed it last night, me and Jay Pylon did a stream on Twitter File 7. Although it's stuff that, diligent truth seekers already knew, we're trying to sound the horn on. It has been confirmed via these Twitter files. So last night we learned that, Franklin Beverly Institute had a backdoor into Twitter. He had direct a fucking bat phone to reach Yo Roth and make sure that their agenda was carried out, to make sure the right accounts were silenced, to make sure during the 2020 election the Hunter Biden laptop story didn't see the light of day. All right. Now, now that it came out and said they finally admitted, right? They finally admitted that JFK was silenced by Charlie Indigo Alpha. Yeah, that is the worst part. Twitter is the smallest. You write stuff. Now we find out that Charlie Indigo Alpha finally admitted what we already knew, that they off JFK. And I never understood why people couldn't see that, right? I never understood why people couldn't see that. Now, my first red pill about the whole JFK thing was, again, behold a pale horse, right? Behold a pale horse is like the Mad Dog 2020 of like red pills. I mean, but anyway, like I think everybody who, like most people who got red pilled or whatever you want to call it, or had their eyes open, read Behold a Pale Horse, right? But I digress. In Behold a Pale Horse, they said that that there was a shot, right? The shot hit him in the throat, but he wasn't down yet, right? And that the driver of the limo or the motorcade, the car that that JFK was in, finished him off with a close up shot, right? Go figure. When you find certain videos of when you watch this Zapruder film, right? They tried to make the Zapruder film a Mandela effect. Like, well, before it was only 4 people in the car, but now it's only 6. And it's like, no, now y'all seeing the actual footage with the 6 because you got to remember, it was the governor of Texas and his wife, JFK, and his wife. And you got to remember that the driver, and you got to remember the other Secret Service agent in the passenger seat. So the video I seen when he gets hit and he's trying to like cough up a bullet, it looks like, right? It looks like the driver, turns around, sees that he's still up, and looks like he aims what appears to be a gun in that direction. The next thing you know, you see JFK head goes back like this, and then it's over. You know what I mean? Yeah, and the two agents ran up on the back of the vehicle. That's right. Trump should run on ending the Fed. He should, because look what we got. We got the CBDC about to happen now. Yeah, yo, Sauce, what's up, yo? They not notifying nobody, yo. They hit me and Jay stream from last night. You can't barely find that shit. You know what I mean? But Sauce says, yeah, left hand over the right shoulder. That's exactly what it was. He looked like this, and then he was like, bow, and then they speed off, and then the other two Secret Service agents jump on the back of the car or whatever, and they speed the fuck off, right? Then on top of that, you got Bush Sr., who allegedly, what up, Jimmy Dawson? You got Jimmy Dawson in the building. What's up? Then we got Bush Sr., who allegedly finds the bullet, right? The bullet that took him out, and it's some pristine ass rifle round. It's some pristine ass rifle round that ain't mushroomed up, ain't nothing. It's just a perfect fucking rifle round with no deformation, no anything. And people ran and went along with that shit, right? Now they admitted to, they admitting to the what happened that day, as far as JFK is concerned, right? My question is, what happened to all of the witnesses? What happened to all of the witnesses who really seen what went down? Did they all get disappeared? That's my question. All the witnesses that saw what happened, did they all get disappeared? That's my question. What say you guys in the chat? What say you guys on the replay? Did they all get disappeared? Now it's funny, right? Because we hear about this, right? Then we hear about like the Gulf of Tonkin, right? We hear about the Lusitania. We hear that the Gulf of Tonkin didn't even fucking exist. It wasn't even a real ship, right? We come to find out, we hear about babies in the incubator. That shit was a lie, right? That shit was a lie. WMDs, a lie. A lie. But people still find it hard to believe that the Franklin Beverly Institute would infiltrate a tech company to control the narrative on behalf of the redacted, to control the outcome of a U.S. election. Why is that so far fetched, given the circumstances? Why is that so far fetched, given history? I had a person ask me on Friday when I was trying to explain the Yamin to them and what the Yamin might be doing to people, right? And I said, whoever took this shot is the experiment. He goes, why would you think that the United States would just experiment on people? I said the Tuskegee experiments. I like the Tuskegee experiments, right? He was an older guy. I'm like, I would assume that he knew what that is. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't know if he was just trying to see what I know. But I'm like, yeah, the Tuskegee experiments. You know what I mean? Like, that's a no-brainer. That's that's why. MK Ultra, that's why. The Montauk projects, that's why. I don't think they're beyond doing some shit like that. They put it right in your face. Now it was, put out yesterday on the heels of the Twitter Files #7. That committee on that day in January uh, wants to, they referred criminal charges on Donnie T. They referred criminal charges on Donnie T, right? Hold on real quick. Let me take this case off. I want this shit to die. Hold on, guys. There we go. They want criminal charges brought up on Donnie T, right? That's what they asking for. And the 4 charges that they want brought up, the 4 charges that they brought up, he already beat during impeachment, right? The 4 charges they brought up, he already beat during impeachment. So that's how you know this shit ain't gonna go nowhere, right? They couldn't win during the impeachment process, right? Because come on, guys, let's be honest. Everybody that they brought into that show, that so-called sham, right? Where were they at during the impeachment? Where were they at during the impeachment when they were trying to impeach him for the same thing? Where were they at? They didn't show up to testify, did they? Right? They didn't show up to testify, or were they even asked to show up to testify? See, Donnie T's, his lawyers agreed. His lawyers agreed. All right, cool. Y'all want to bring up witnesses? All right, that's what's up. But don't hamstring me on how many witnesses I can bring up. Right? They called their bluff. And guess what? They ain't bring no witnesses up. They ain't bring no witnesses up. So you telling me, right? You got this committee on that day in January, and they try to make it seem like it's some bipartisan committee when it's not. When it's not. Liz Cheney is a rhino. Jamie Raskin's a snake. Adam Schiff's a snake. The fucking Mississippi pastor, whoever's leading it, that nigga a snake. They hired they hired a TV executive to produce the shit. That's how you know it's nonsense. Hey yo, yeah, thanks. I appreciate you, yo. I appreciate you guys. Get the bots out of here, yo. Get these bots out of here. But my question is, why ain't they bring old Ray Ray into the why ain't they arrest Ray Ray? Why they ain't arrest Ray Ray? Why ain't Ray Ray standing trial? Right? Why ain't Ray Ray standing trial? If you don't know who Ray Ray is, look at the thumbnail. I don't know if YouTube is fucking striking people down for saying the nigga name. Why ain't Ray Ray standing trial? Ray Ray was trying to incite violence. Ray Ray was trying to, he was telling people that they had to march up in the Yami. They had to march up in the spot. Ray Ray was the diesel. Ray Ray was the shit stirrer. Let's be honest. Got him on several occasions saying we need to go up in there. We need to get up in there. We need to march up in there. We need to storm in there. We need to invade there. We got him on a few occasions saying that shit on camera. Never got arrested. Not only is he never got arrested, they did a piece on him trying to exonerate him. I want to say that I covered that shit in the stream one day. I agree, Jimmy. If he do keep throwing out these videos that he want to run on, I agree. It's gonna help him a lot. You know what I mean? But he gotta do that shit on Twitter, man. I get it. He trying to make True Social great. I got you. He's trying to make True Social a titan. I get it. But at the same time, a lot of your supporters and stuff are over on Rumble. Not Rumble. Over on or they on Rumble. But over on Twitter. You gotta use the Twitter platform. You got to. You got to. You got to do both. Yeah, he definitely is. I can't lie. I can't argue with you there. He's definitely fighting the right. Yeah, the wing of the Progressive Party. He definitely doing that. I can agree with you on that. Let's get these thumbs up. Share this stream out. Let people know we live because YouTube ain't doing it. Let people know we live because YouTube ain't doing it. They trying to keep your boy down. They try to shadow ban your boy. They doing it. The sucky part is that Rumble don't have a mobile. You can't go live from your phone on Rumble yet. They need to hurry and get that shit fixed. They need to make that shit happen because I just go live from Rumble. You know what I mean? But yeah, so You got the Q Shaman. He got some time, right? You heard Baker last on Hotep. We told you last week. He might be doing some time, a few months. I mean, you got all these people that's being brought, frog marched in front of a judge, getting time for like Fed time for trespassing, Fed time for like trespassing, right? Even though we saw videos where they was let in. We saw videos where they were let in. They were escorted in. They were in the stanchions. We saw videos where security was opening up the gates, right? We saw these videos, right? What up, Papa Hotep? We saw these videos, right? Some of us seen the video where they was handing shit out of the basement of the enemy, like weapons and shit. But we all saw those videos of your boy Ray Ray trying to gas people up to run up in the spot. We all saw them videos. Ted Cruz seen them videos, and he asked one of them Fed boys that was up on the hill, you know, did the Franklin Beverly Institute have anything to do with that day? Did the Franklin Beverly Institute have informants in the crowd that day? Did the Franklin Beverly Institute incite people to go into the spot that day? And every time he asked her, she was like, I'm not at liberty to talk about that. I'm not at liberty to say. I'm not at liberty to say. I'm not at liberty to say. I can't speak on that. Then he said, who Ray Ray and them? He said, who Ray Ray and them? Right? Who Ray Ray and them? And she was like, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. Is Ray Ray one of your people? Ray Ray belong to your clique? She's like, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. I think that's what she was saying. And that shit should have spoke volumes right there. That should have told people off the rip, right? That that day was a setup. That day was a setup. Not to mention Nancy, her fucking daughter up there just so happened to be filming a doc for HBO on QAnon, and she just so happened to just perfect fucking coincidence, just so happened to be up there on that day, which I don't understand how, right? I don't understand how you up there documenting for the QAnon, doing the QAnon documentary at the Capitol, and all they doing is voting on certifying an election. What sense do that make? They wasn't doing shit about the Q shit. They was trying to certify an election. They had shit to do with Q. Why you up there? What did that part of it, like if that day ain't go down the way it went, how would you use that footage? How would that footage be used? Somebody explain that to me. But lo and behold, her ass just so happened to be there. Fucking serendipitous. Perfect timing. Fucking coinky dink that she was there when they started to run up in the place. Make that make sense. That should tell you that shit staged. That should tell you that shit was a setup. Not to mention when Donnie T uh, uh, put out his statement saying, everybody, y'all go home in peace. This ain't how this shit's supposed to be done. Yeah, they fucked us, but we can't be acting like this, right? All social media outlets took that shit down. They took that shit down. Nobody seen that shit. No mainstream media outlet ran it. No mainstream media outlet ran that shit, right? And what they do, they selectively edit and clip his march down to the spot uh, 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 piece, right? They some snakes, yo. They conniving. They conniving. This is a game for them. This is a game for them. This shit crazy, bro. Then when they certify everything and they get my man Donnie T off of all forms of social media, what they do? The Time magazine come out with a whole fucking article, a piece talking about the shadow campaign that saved the 2020 election. Basically telling y'all, yeah, we took that shit, but it was for your own good. I'm sorry, fortified. But don't nobody, they don't, the mainstream media ain't cover that shit. Every person that argues with me on that shit, all they watch is CNN and MSNBC. That's it. They don't do no extra research. They don't look at no independent shit. I can show them some shit. But if Don Lemon and Rachel Maddow and yeah, he is. FTX is tied up into that shit. I try to show these niggas some stuff. They don't want to see it. If Don Lemon and Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid ain't say the shit, then it wasn't law. And then they all think, oh, Tucker Carlson, he's a. I'm like y'all niggas don't even watch Tucker Carlson to even pass judgment on him. Like, have y'all ever watched one of his monologues? Have y'all ever watched one of his shows? Because if you did, then you had to be honest with yourself and say that a lot of the shit that he talked about on his show makes sense, whether you think he controlled opposition or not. A lot of the shit he say on this show make fucking sense. But they're not honest because they don't even watch it. They just go off of what everybody else say about Tucker Carlson. I'm like, go watch the show and then tell me how you feel about it. Because you haven't watched it. You know what I mean? But they act like that, first off, the Franklin Beverly Institute shouldn't even be around. They should have been gone after Prohibition ended. But they never relinquish power. Once they get power in something, they keep that shit. Period. That's how it works. That Gretchen Whitmer, what we found out? Out of the 12 motherfuckers, 6 of them was fucking informants. Yeah, the left side do just be hating, yo. What you call him, yo? Where is Raymond Epperts? Where's Raymond Epperts? That's what I'm saying, yo. Where he at? Where his ass chilling somewhere on some island sipping Mai Tais because he got the bag from the people he worked for to do what he did. Hey Jay, if you see this or you watching it, Jay, we going in on Ray Ray today. We're going in on Ray Ray tonight. When we go over the Rumble, we going in on Ray Ray tonight. This shit is crazy. Now you want to bring my man up on criminal charges. For what? For the shit that he already beat the impeachment. For the shit he already beat in the impeachment. Go figure. And in the impeachment, they got their asses handed to them. I thought double jeopardy meant you can't charge somebody for the same shit twice. Now they ready to circumvent the law like they always do to suit their narrative, to suit their liking. That shit is nonsensical to me. Look, the United States is one of the greatest countries you can be in, right? We got a bunch of shit. We can do a whole lot of shit other countries can't do. We can say a lot of shit other countries can't say. You can be a fucking Furby if you want to be a fucking Furby. You know what I mean? You can be fucking men on film if you want to be men on film out this motherfucker. You can do whatever you want to do here, right? Other countries don't have that type of freedom, right? However, understand want us to have that freedom. They don't want us to have any of the freedoms that we have. They want us to sacrifice those freedoms for security, or so-called security. Like I said last night, trust and safety, Twitter's trust and safety board, Y'all really think that shit was about keeping a fucking message board like Twitter safe? Or was it just a way for them to infiltrate and silence up dissenting voices and label them terrorists and bad actors? The shit I'm talking right now on this platform right here, does this violate their community? Does this violate their fucking guidelines? Or was that sector of their fucking company made simply to uh, squash dissenting voices like mine? You got to be honest with yourself about that. Stop pretending that everybody in this government, everybody that runs the United States, is some benevolent person. Not all of them are. A lot of them out for self. A lot of them are out for power. A lot of them have an agenda. A lot of them have people that they answer to. When the last time anybody seen Kamala Harris? When the last time anybody seen Kamala Harris ass? Where Joe Biden at? And now what we got going on border, right? They said that border patrol was overrun and people come pouring into the country right now. There's an existential crisis going on here in the United States, y'all, and they're trying to hide it. They're trying to hide it with the January 6th committee stuff. They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide it with the even. I mean, they even trying to use the Twitter files to hide it. Right? They're trying to use a lot of things to hide what's going on. They try to use the Brittany Griner coming home thing to hide a lot of shit. Russia said they intercepted a U.S. made missile. The man from Moscow said they they intercepted a U.S. made missile. It's a lot of shit going on. It's the tail wagging the dog, people. They got you paying attention to the left hand while the right hand over here doing some shit you don't even know about. They rubbing on your cocks with the left hand, with the knife in the right hand, about to stab you in the back. People better wake up before this 2024 come around, right? Because after this holiday, we know they about to start getting on their campaign trails. Not well, maybe, but what we read last night. What we read last night. Franklin Beverly Institute was kicking money out to Twitter. That's the crazy part. All these people out here who think that the government can't do no wrong. That like, why would somebody do that? Like, cause you like just because you have a good moral character, don't mean that everybody else got a good moral character. They don't give a shit about you. I've said that millions of times. These public officials don't give a shit about you. All they care about is power and money. And guess what? You ain't giving them either. But these foreign states are. These clandestine government alphabet agencies are. People gotta wake up, yo. People gotta wake up. Else history is doomed to repeat itself. Anyway, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. I'm getting ready to be at my job at this job site in a few minutes. Tonight, 9 o'clock, Jay and Cannon episode 22. Again, tonight, 9 o'clock, Jay and Cannon episode 22. Be on my channel. Be on the lookout for that notification. I'll send it via Twitter. We going in on this Ray Ray thing. We going in on Ray Ray tonight. We going in on Ray Ray. We going in on this committee tonight. We might start off for a few minutes over here on the team. We might push it right over to Rumble so we can start talking that talk. Anyway, Ken Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped. I don't know. Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy, y'all. Anyway, I'll let you.